love Amy Childs. Isn't she lovely? She's like a little dolly. She's so sweet. Anyway, best of luck with the competition. If you're a fan of exploring dreamscapes while you sleep, then listen up, as it turns out that a new app has been unveiled that can influence thoughts and imagery while you're dreaming. After downloading the programme, which you can select which path you'd like your dream to take, as during your sleep, the app will play a soundscape of a forest or a beach, which is believed can aid in creating the perfect dream. So people do decide to use this. There's obviously going to be a deluge of people coming in going, oh, you'll never believe what I dreamt last night.
That's where I went last night. She's on a holiday.
Do you think that people should keep their dreams to themselves, or do you think that it's important to reflect on them and think about what they could possibly mean?
I think it's really important. I have a pad at the side of my bed because I do dream, and you know when you wake up and you're actually shaking because it's been that vivid, some of your dreams, I write them down, and within 2 weeks I know what that dream's usually been about, and I think it's your brain dealing with the anxiety that is actually going on in your life at that time. And I think we should listen a little bit more to that bit coming out.
You act on what you dream, then?
I do.
You make decisions based on...
Yes, I do.
Do you?
But then I go on my gut feelings. I'm very in tune with myself, you see.
Are?
Yes, but that's just because I write things down at the... Because sometimes I get lyrics and tunes in my head and things, and I write the music down straight away when I've done that for when I'm songwriting. And then, you know, I don't know where they come from. I'm just very grateful they turn up. I don't, you know, that's fine. I'm not questioning where it is.
Well, they do say that some of the greatest songwriters have actually dreamt a melody or had something drift in while they've been asleep.
You see,
so you're among greats.
Yeah. I'm just asleep.
Oh. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't think I would want to bore anybody with my dreams. I mean, to be quite honest with them, I can't really remember them because I'm too busy snoring at the time, so... but yeah, I think I'm quite a sort of spiritual person, really, and I'm a bit like, kind of like you. I sort of like to know what they're about. But you know, I don't. You know what dreams I had? Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit giggly. But you know, Rudy dreams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rudy. I had a Rudy dream once when I was working on Enders about somebody. No, I can't tell you.
Oh, come on.
No, I can't.
If we say it, will you tell us?
No, I won't. I'll just go really red. Anyway, I'd like one about him.
Well, we've all got one about him.
No, but anyway, it was that kind of thing. But when I actually saw them, when I was working with them, I was so embarrassed. I put my head down. I was like, sorry, Mr. Person. It just gets a bit embarrassing.
Willard?
What are you asking? Well, that's what I was going to say. Do you know what I mean? If you see their winky woos in a dream, it's a bit weird, isn't it, really?
Oh, well, I have to say, I'm just asleep.
Do you not remember your dreams?
I don't. There's a horrible one I have recently where I said something awful really publicly, and I think that's anxiety probably to do with this show, because I've come close so many times to saying something that's so wrong.
Or that's come out wrong and could be misconstrued.
Yeah, I mean, this was so wrong. I mean, I had phone calls from people saying, how could you be so evil? I can't even say what it was just that awful. But the other thing is, I was talking to Jane about this earlier. The most vivid dreams I've ever had, there were two. One straight after my granddad died, and it was a dream where he came to life, and he was saying, I didn't die. It's all a bad dream, and I'm really here, and you don't have to worry. I'm actually alive, and you don't have to cope with any of this. And I remember waking up crying because I knew it was a dream, and I just wanted, with every inch of my being, for it to be the truth. And I was telling Jane this, and she said, you had that with your dad.
I had the same thing with my father, yeah.
And it's comforting, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but Jane says to me that it's actually that he did come to me, possibly. But, I mean, I don't know about any of that.
Well, I honestly think, I mean, everybody thinks I'm a bit weird, but I just believe in something else after this. And that was my dad coming to me and saying, I'm fine, don't worry, get on with your life, I'll see you later.
Well, if you look back through the Bible or what have you, some people call them visions, you know, some people call them dreams, and
the same with my nan when she died.
Yeah, who are we to think?
Same thing happened with your nan as well.
My nan, the day afterwards, it must be, I just thought it was like bereavement, just playing tricks on my mind, and it was all in my subconscious. But can you answer me this? We've got a pug puppy.
Right.
Who's 9.5 weeks old, and it dreams, when it's asleep, it's like that. Its eyes are rolling around in its head, and its body's going like that. And I'm thinking, what? It's only been on the planet 9.5 weeks. What does it know about life to dream?
Our dog
What's it dreaming of?
Amy Child's DVD thing is obviously, I think.
Our dog does like that, but he just lies on his side going...
Whimpering and running.
Yeah, and running. Catch that rabbit, catch that rabbit.
But one's so young.
I know, isn't that lovely?
It's weird,
it's
though.
sweet.
Well, that must tell you something when you watch your dog doing that, because it's obviously somewhere else, isn't it?
Do you
not
think it's reincarnated? Maybe it's
No.
Sherry's dog.
I don't think that at all. I just think you're very blessed to have had that happen to you twice from two people
Yeah,
who you love
I
so
did
much.
take comfort from it. It's
Good.
interesting, isn't it?
Good.
I'll have to work out what's going on with the pug. I don't know. I'll have to get...
OK, it's break time again before we let loose with Matt Lucas. But first... Welcome back to Loose Women, where it's your love. Now, there's no question that our final guest has a place firmly embedded in the hearts of the British public. Alongside longtime comedy partner David Walliams, he took us under the skin of Little Britain, invited us to come fly with me, and has now gone solo for his latest series. Let's take a look. Get lost. Grammys. Bye-bye. BAFTAs. Darling, this year it's all about the Matt Lucas Awards. Please welcome Matt Lucas!
I came on this show once before with David, and they said to us, before you go out, don't greet everybody individually. And they didn't say it to me today, but... And I remember when we went out, it felt really rude not to say hello, but when I watched it back, it's about 5 minutes of everybody kissing each other.
So we don't
no
mind.
kisses,
Yeah.
no kisses
You want to waste
today.
your time, you want to get straight into it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
How
your
are you?
own
Good.
show, how does
Yeah.
it feel being you rather than playing a character?
Yeah, it's a bit unusual, actually, because obviously I'm used to putting on all the makeup and the prosthetics and having David there as well,
Yeah.
but we're on a short break. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to do something without David, I don't want to try and do the sort of show that I would normally do with him. So it's just me as myself, no heavy makeup, no costumes, and I've got my mum there to keep things clean. Because you don't want to say anything too rude if your mum's there,
It
do
really
you?
is your mum, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's my mum. She's very glam. She's just retired, so it was quite nice.
Give her
Gets
something
her out
to
the house.
do.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, she's normally at home watching this, of course.
Was she nervous?
She was a bit nervous, but she had no reason to be. She's a natural. And so it starts tonight on BBC One, 10:35. And
what's the format? I mean, is it because it's not your regular chat show?
No, it's not really. It's a kind of weird hybrid. It's a show that started on Radio 2, but we've sort of developed it. We give the awards the other shows don't give. So there's no best actor, there's no best director. Tonight we're giving Smuggest Nation of People. We are giving Guest with the Greatest Artistic Ability and Most Dreadfulest Football Song Ever Sung. So I get 3 guests on, they each give their nominations.
Most Dreadfulest, I like
Most
that.
Dreadfulest, yeah. Poorest Grammar Award goes to me. And 3 guests, they each give their nominations and I decide what wins, yeah. But we get people, as you can see, we get people up and about. And so it's
and
not
are they
just
all
people
sitting in
down.
little sofas and little
Yeah,
groups
it's
in the
like,
audience?
because it's
I
like a
that.
flat, it's like my living room, that's
Is
the
it
idea.
not your living room, then?
It's not my. It's actually nicer than my real flat. And
Is it?
certainly bigger. Yeah. I quite like to sleep on the set in front of. I'd like to sleep in front of the audience.
Yeah, that'd be
Nice.
something
Now,
else.
speaking of
that's another
sets,
dream.
you've been in some fantastic films over the years. We watched, well, Every Girl. You've watched Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was great fun, you know, and because I live most of the year in Los Angeles, but I also have a place here, so I'm between the two. And David and I were just about to film Come Fly With Me, and I was asked would I be in that film, and I said, well, I'd love to, but we're just about to film. Could we do it so that I leave Britain on a Saturday and I'm back the next Saturday ready to film, or ready to start rehearsals? And they said yes, so I just did 3 days on that film. But the girl who plays my sister, who really, we do look alike, Rebel, we are actually going to be living together. For real.
In real
yeah,
life?
Yeah, we just really get on. We're like brother and sister.
Well,
so,
let's have a little look at the two of you in action. Here's...
We can. Don't mind, yeah.
So, in that scene there, would you give the worst taker of instruction to your sister? And that's what the award looks like
the best
on
waste
your
of frozen
show.
peas. Yeah, so on the Matt Lucas Awards, this is the Lucas. This is what people win. It's a fat Oscar bonded on me, basically. Yes, and unfortunately anatomically correct.
Really good sculpture.
Yeah, yes, it is good, isn't it?
Yeah, the back bit looks like me.
Does it?
Yeah, look,
we
that's
worked together.
We did.
Cheryl was in Little
I was
Britain.
so lucky.
Cheryl
So
was
lucky
in-
to work.
yeah.
Yeah, I was a big fat lesbian.
You were. Cheryl was in a scene, Hello Martin, it's Linda,
Yes,
that David did. And we were watching the
Lots
tapes.
of students, weren't it? Lots of students.
Lots of students, and we were watching the tapes, and we saw Cheryl, and we didn't immediately know what we were going to use her for, but we knew that we had to have her in the show. She had such a great face. She looked so great on camera. So we did everything we could. Yes, you did. Yes. Yes, I can do that. Oh, there we go. So, yeah. But,
it was brilliant. I had great fun.
You've done so much, though. You're going to be directing as well.
I'm directing
the Proclaimers as well.
Next week. Or the week, next week I'm directing a Proclaimers pop video because I'm such a fan. Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah. Well, I got to know them years ago, and of course with Peter Kay I was in the. I would walk 500 miles for Comic Relief. So they said to me, "Would you be in the new video?" And I said, "Well, I would, but can I offer my services as a director?" So I've written this idea of it's a 50th wedding anniversary party. And Craig and Charlie, the Proclaimers, it's a very respectable party, and they play these two old women who make a very heady punch. And basically, it ends with all these pensioners getting arrested because they're all completely off their heads.
So, I love it.
I'm surprised that you've got them dressed up as women.
Of course, yeah. So I think they're a bit nervous about it, but I thought, well, if I'm working with the Proclaimers, we've got to put them in drag.
And talking about dressing up as women, there's the film of the life story of Divine.
Yeah.
Well, it's...
You're in that, aren't you?
Well, what it is there's a film, actually, starring Steve Coogan, which Michael Winterbottom has directed, called The King of Soho. And it's a cameo role, so I just did a couple of days on it as Divine. But Divine was this weird, cross-dressing sort of performance artist from the 80s, who was pretty out there.
Have you met him?
I never met. I was a bit too young, but he was in the original Hairspray movie.
Yes, he was.
He played the role that then John Travolta played in the remake.
Yeah, the mother.
Yeah.
Wow,
well, good luck as well with you're comparing
brilliant.
a gala event at the Vaudeville Theatre, aren't you, later this month to do with the National Youth Theatre, so good for you.
22nd of April at the Vaudeville Theatre. It's a benefit for the National Youth Music Theatre, and I'm singing a couple of songs because I was in Les Miserables last year.
Okay.
So I'm going to sing Master of the House with the young members of the company.
Well, good
so
luck
tickets are on
with
sale.
that.
10:35
Tonight, yes.
It's Matt Lucas, everybody.
Thank you.
That is it for today. Hope you've enjoyed the experience, Cheryl. We've really enjoyed having you on. She's done really well. And tomorrow we are joined by the always lively Nancy Delolio and 80s icon Carol Decker of To Power fame. We will see you all at 12:30 tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.